Hi, it's Dwyer. It's May the 1st, 2018. GamblersAdvisory.com, free site. DwyerVIP.com, free site. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Let's talk about the NBA, my personal philosophy. Let's talk about the reason why I'm making this pick. My personal philosophy is that when you have a big alpha, a guy who is much better than everyone else on the court, or is very ball dominant and is filling up the stat sheet in a way that nobody else on the court comes close, I believe you need a team around him that understands their roles, that is very role specific and very defensively oriented. So, Jordan's old Chicago Bulls had premier defenders like Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman. They knew their roles. So when Jordan was taking a lot of shots, when Jordan was the offense, these guys weren't slighted. They understood that they, along with Jordan, were the defense, that their job was really to funnel the ball to Michael Jordan, right? Those old Bulls teams also had three-point shooting specialists, right? Paxton, Craig Hodges, Steve Kerr. And everyone on the team understood that just like Jordan scored inside of three, outside of the three-point line, these were the guys to get the ball to. Even Jordan understood it. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers aren't built that way, right? LeBron James is high alpha. He's filling the stat sheet. Every stat imaginable. The problem is the other guys don't know what to do. They don't have very well-defined roles, right? Some of them are not elite defenders. Some of them, J.R. Smith in particular, thinks that he's also a big-time offensive player. Right now, in a given game, think Game 7 against the Indiana Pacers, right? LeBron James can be high alpha, can literally fill the stat sheet, and the team could squeak through. That's what they did, folks. Dominant performance by LeBron, not a dominant performance by the Cavs. The team can squeak through and get the win. What I've found is that that's unsustainable. Just ask the people in OKC with Russell Westbrook. That's unsustainable. What happens is the next game comes and high alpha isn't as high alpha, right? As good as LeBron is, he's not the offensive juggernaut every night that Michael Jordan was. So if high alpha tries to get people involved, the teammates don't know what their roles are. They don't know how they're supposed to get involved. Guys like J.R. Smith think that LeBron is saying, hey, score points with me, right? You, like me, shoot whenever you want. And it doesn't work. You have guys on the Cavs, Jeff Green, who, God bless him, can't play defense. Is not enough of a talented offensive player to share the offensive load with LeBron James. Add it all up, and I believe the Toronto Raptors are going to have a coming out party this playoff series. I agree. LeBron James has been a thorn in their side historically. But I'm expecting Toronto, absent an injury, absent DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry getting hurt, I expect Toronto to win this series. More importantly, for Game 1, I like Toronto on a money line. Let me also point out, too, that dominant scorers need dominant coaches, not cheerleaders. Right? Now, the situation in Cleveland isn't as reassuring to me in terms of the coach's box. as it is in Toronto. Dwayne Casey, in my opinion, is one of the best coaches in the National Basketball Association. I believe he has a decided advantage over Ty Lue. I also feel he has the much better bench and much better defensive team than does Cleveland. I believe LeBron's run of 7 straight finals ends in this series. I like Toronto in the series. Let's switch gears. You know, basketball is a chemistry sport, right? 1 + 1 in basketball doesn't equal 2. It depends on how they work together. Perhaps you remember that girl who you looked at her and you thought, man, she would be the perfect girlfriend. Her strengths accent my weaknesses, right? We fit together like a glove. What she does well, I do poorly. What I do well, she does poorly. Together, we'll look like $1 million. It'll all work out. Then you're on that first date with her, and wow, is it awkward. Worse yet, their dynamics you just did not anticipate. Right? Miss Perfect on paper just doesn't gel with you in real life, at least not in the short term. Now, Curry for the Golden State Warriors is one of the best players I have ever come across. As great as he is as a shooter, and he's one of the very best I've ever seen, with range that at times seems ridiculous. Did you know that Curry once led the league in steals? In other words, with Curry shooting, you're lucky if you get anything else, you would think, theoretically. But this guy gives you a lot. Look at his assists. Look at his steals. He leads by example. He's the great shooter who's always hustling. He's not Carmelo Anthony. You don't get the feeling he's just standing around waiting for a shot. No, he's running around. He's setting screens. He's coming off screens. He's passing the ball to teammates. He's an essential part of the Golden State Warriors. The problem is he's just coming back from injury just now. And the New Orleans Pelicans play at a pace where his rustiness and the team's rustiness in terms of being with him is going to show. I'm expecting the Pelicans to cover the double-digit point spread against the Golden State Warriors the next game they play, right? Curry is going to return. It's going to be awkward like a first date, right? Draymond Green, Durant, they're going to be accustomed to a certain flow, and suddenly here's Curry. Golden State might well win the game. They should win the game. They're playing at home. The question is whether they're going to cover the double-digit point spread. I say no. I like the Pelicans tonight. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments and gambling insights about the Raptor series and about the Golden State series in the comment section to this video. Thanks for stopping by.